We have a ton of stories to get through right now. I'll be going through a fast pace and we discuss all things transfer updates, loan exits, sales, new sponsor alert news, plus a ton more in today's video, so I hope you guys enjoy. But before I go on though, I have released a massive 23-24 predicted squad and 25-man squad prediction for this season, and I put in a ton of work, so I hope you guys definitely give it a watch. Hope you enjoy and leave some feedback too if you like it. So hit that like button, let's try and get over 3k likes, and without wasting any more time, let's get these Vlahovic updates out of the way first. As we know right now, Lukaku has agreed terms with Juventus for a 3 + 1 year contract now, up to the tune of 9 mil net per season. Now, in regards to Vlahovic, there's possibilities that a move could happen if the financial terms are correct for both parties, obviously, and reports state that we are now willing to up our current offer of 20 million plus Lukaku to potentially find a deal. However, we have updates around the state of mind around Vlahovic, because it has been reported that Vlahovic is very unconvinced and he's very undecided about making a move to us, and it seems like the only thing to really satisfy him, to tempt him to sign, would be to offer him incredible money, with reports in Italy saying that he wants a similar wage packet to what Lukaku is currently earning with us, and Lukaku is earning like over 300 bags. And not only that, but Vlahovic's agent is set to earn a ton of money due to this solidarity contribution that took Vlahovic from Fiorentina to Juventus. The finances are absolutely crazy, but there is a silver lining on the horizon, as Bayern Munich see Vlahovic as their backup option if they can't find an agreement with Spurs for Harry Kane, and fingers crossed they aren't able to do so. I understand that ever since it's been announced that Nkunku is set to miss the next 4 months, we need to maybe re-strengthen an attack, but is Vlahovic the best player to commit to on wages and terms like this? If I had to pick a player, I'm signing Mohamed Kudus. We know his price, we've agreed personal terms. Let's make our life easy and sign someone that can play in a multitude of different positions. And I have to quickly say, massive L goes out to Lukaku on this one. Like, you guys know my thoughts and opinions, but for this particular situation and context, it's a bit different. Like, if you can't see what's happening at this football club, you made a massive mistake in rejecting the opportunity to work under Pochettino. The Juventus fans right now aren't even too excited about your potential arrival. I don't really know what this guy's doing right now, but it seems like he's messing his future up this summer, but that's basically on him. So let's move on to the next stories. So now we discuss the shocking, surprising story late last night. Bayern Munich have expressed late interest in signing Kepa on loan with an option to buy. Now obviously Tuchel is pushing this move, and the reality is Bayern have sold Jan Sommer to Inter Milan. Neuer is still out with a broken leg. They need reinforcement in goal right now, and obviously Tuchel will feel more comfortable working alongside a player that he's trained over the past 2 years. Since Bayern have presented this offer, we are not opposed to allowing Kepa to leave us during this window, and you'd imagine that if we receive a decent loan fee plus like decent subsidies of wages too, because Kepa's earning around 200k a week, you'd think to yourself something can happen. So this is probably amazing news for someone like Robert Sanchez, who's only recently signed for us, but the timing of this news is pretty annoying. No disrespect to Sanchez, I think this guy is a smart buy for the way we play football, but we know that we didn't make moves for Onana, Magnan, or Diogo Costa of FC Porto because we had to sell Kepa first to raise the funds to sign a new goalkeeper. So it's really annoying that Bayern are now making a move to sign him. But before we get too excited and carried away, Bayern are not prepared to pay over the odds to bring Kepa to them, and they have 2 other targets on their shortlist. So we have to be smart about things, and obviously in terms of potential replacements, if Kepa does leave, we're looking at Mamardashvili of Valencia and Kobel of Borussia Dortmund, but I feel like these guys would cost a ton of money, and it's going to sound a bit crazy for me. I'd be more than happy to allow Kepa to leave, but knowing the fact that we need to sign Caicedo, that we need to sign more attacking reinforcement plus other positions, I don't want to waste like whatever little time we have left on trying to find a new goalkeeper. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but based on the context of right now, I will probably keep Kepa so we can prioritize our time on more important matters. Again, let's see how big this offer is from Bayern Munich. Now we talk more big news that broke late last night, but finally, it seems like we are set to announce a new kit sponsor for the new season. Realistically, we might not have a sponsor in time for our game against Liverpool this Sunday because currently the Premier League must greenlight the move before they finalize things. And obviously we've seen how efforts for our deals with Paramount Plus, collapsed in the end because the Premier League did not allow this deal to go through. But right now, we've agreed a sponsorship with tech AI company Infinite Athlete up to the tune of 50 million a year. And to be fair with you, I kind of prefer the sound of this company compared to 3 because I've always felt like they were one of the deadest mobile networks in England. And yeah, really baffled me that we even had these guys as our sponsor to begin with. Now currently, this deal with Infinite Athlete would make it the 3rd biggest deal in the Premier League. Allegedly, this is set to be a 7-year deal. Now we have to wait to get more confirmation behind this, because if that was the case, we're looking at 350 million bags, which is out of this world. But to give you guys some context behind this company, Infinite Athlete are a biomechanics engineering firm. They're like a newfound company because they are the merger of 2 existing companies, and that was Tempus Ex Machina and Biocore. And in April, it was announced that we reached a 7-year deal with Tempus Ex Machina, and currently they power things like the 5th Stand app. They power many operational areas in the club. They're working on things like stadium enhancements, plus a lot more as well too. It's a nice surprise, and naturally anytime Chelsea and finances are in the conversation, people start having doubts about the credibility behind stories like this. Is this looking a bit shady? Because Infinite Athlete, they were created after like massive funds were raised by, massive equity companies like Silver Lake Capital and Endeavor. And Endeavor are like the parent company of the UFC. So what I'm trying to say is there are major players, massive investors with big money putting in a lot of money into Infinite Athlete, and they're doing that because the grand plan for Infinite Athlete is to become a major player in football and across sports when it comes to supplying affordable player-led data to clubs and fans. But regardless, I think this is a forward-thinking move because AI, tech, is only set to expand even more in the sport. And to give you guys like a brief example of a potential benefit working alongside them, as you guys are seeing on screen with this extract from an article, they're talking about how they can optimize preseason prep, and due to their data findings, they're finding ways to improve preseasons, of course, because they found that there are issues when players work really hard and then kind of take things off the steps as the season gets closer. So if that can help us improve our preparation, help the manager and the team, I'm fully here for that. And most importantly, you guys, 50 million a year. You know what? I kind of feel like the kit won't look as sexy now without a sponsor, but obviously I'm not stupid. We have to get a sponsor. We have FFP to adhere to. Now, before we get too carried away, of course, with this sponsor news, there is still some realities that we have to wait to get answers to right now. And obviously, because this company is newly found, they're talking about how their annual turnover is like literally just about over £12 million. So how does a company that has a turnover this small, how are they able to be offering 50 million kit deals? Doesn't make any sense. Regardless, the Premier League must assess whether this sponsor is being made at like a fair market value, and it can't be denied that there are some links between obviously Infinite Athlete. It can't be denied that figures like Chris Jurasek, our new chief executive, he's also held positions, of course, like Clear Lake Capital. And after doing some more digging as well too, currently on Silver Lake's website, they don't actually list Infinite Athlete as a company they're investing in. But at the same time, they've already cleared us to be able to sign this deal with, Tempus back in April over this 7-year deal. And as I said earlier, Tempus and this company called Biocore fused together to create this merger called Infinite Athlete right now. So, let's see how this story actually progresses and plays out. Listen, I'll put my hands up. I'm just a YouTuber here on this matter. Obviously, I like to do my research, of course. I'm excited by the fact that I still think this could potentially go through based on the fact that we have existing dealings with this company. But at the same time, we can't pretend too that, where these guys getting the money from. It's not like I'm going to know about that. And obviously, once the Premier League investigates, then we'll find out whether this gets accepted. But to give you guys that final bit of context, reports also state that we still have backup plans on the horizon. Let's see what happens. Obviously, yesterday was some nonsense around this brand called My Club. And the moment I found out what My Club was, and it's like basically this OnlyFans, I guess, regen or whatever, it was like, okay, they're using the club now for clout to get free marketing. Obviously, all these Twitter accounts as well too, of course, publicizing this brand for free. I'm sure 95% of us had no idea what this company was called before these articles came from nowhere. Now, I think it'd be pretty funny. Imagine if we had like OnlyFans and My Club on the shirt, but Nah. Obviously, that can't happen. That can't happen. But one move I am not okay with. Reports have been coming out surrounding Ian Maatsen because West Ham are feeling a lot confident when it comes to making this potential 1-year loan move plus an option to buy at the end to sign Ian Maatsen. Now, I'm hoping this ain't the case, but as I've been saying a lot throughout this summer, especially when it comes to common grads as well too, we are okay with opportunistic sales because if we receive big money for players like this, that will make us go back to the drawing boards and reconsider things. Now, Maatsen was one of our best players during pre-season. Pochettino is a big fan, but it's not the first time that Pochettino has been a fan of a player, only for that player to become readily available for a sale. So, fingers crossed it don't happen in the case for Maatsen. And I say fingers crossed because there are still reports confirming the fact that we are still open to finding this contract extension with Maatsen. As we know previously that discussions have been held already to make this happen. So I kind of feel like this would be a silly move now to allow a Maatsen to leave us, especially after he's impressed this much, knowing that Cucurella probably doesn't have a long shelf life. And I'd rather that you're loaning Cucurella out to West Ham instead of Ian Maatsen. Like, it don't make no sense to me. Now we end things with the latest loan news. Obviously, good news around Lewis Hall. He is set now to sign for Crystal Palace on loan for the season. And for me, my friends, a guy with this type of talent and potential, he should be playing week in, week out. It really is that simple. Palace is around the corner. We have a great relationship with them, working alongside our loan players. And they've always had successful loan spells. So Lewis Hall, the right move to make right now, and you'll come back next season, pre-season, with a full Prem season under your belt, and who knows, if you even smack it that hard, you could even find yourself in like the provisional squad for the Euros this summer. Let's see what happens. News around Cesare Casade. After much deliberation between Leicester City and Genoa, which newly promoted Genoa hoping to sign him on loan, it seems like Leicester's new manager in Enzo Maresca, of course the former Serie A player, Pep Guardiola's assistant manager, he's been sweet talking Casade now for a very long time. He really wants him to sign, and it has been revealed that an agreement has been found over a loan spell to the Championship for next season. Now, Casade just needs to complete his medical right now. Obviously, a part of me is kind of like, it's a shame that he's going back to the Championship. Surely, like a move to a top division club was the best thing for him. But it's not the first time we've seen players get maybe Championship moves and then get new loan moves in January. So let's see what happens. But the fact that Maresca wants to work with him, listen, it's up to Casade now to be one of those leading Championship midfield players for next season. And if he does that, who knows what happens next season. And to end things, it seems like we have won the race now to sign David Washington. Of course, he's getting ready now to come to the club with his family to kickstart his medical. No confirmation yet around him moving to Strasbourg, which seems like a realistic formality at this point in time. But obviously with Nkunku out, it's really rushed to release him on loan to them straight away. At least Pochettino can assess him, see what he does. But the fact that his boy in Gabriel is now at Strasbourg after completing his loan move yesterday evening, both these guys playing together, helping each other settle in the country and getting their first taste of European football, that could be the player in my opinion. I think Washington looks very exciting. I think he's the type of guy that I'm okay with our, new network strategy buying. And let's see what he does when he's officially announced. So my friends, on that note, that is the latest stories today. Share your thoughts and opinions. And make sure you guys don't forget to watch my massive predicted 11 video and 25-man squad prediction where I'm talking about potential new signings that's going to create this dream squad that Pochettino wants to challenge for the Premier League. So my friends, I am in EFC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.